again, I think the destruction mechanic is a hook that this game has that without it, it would be boring like Far Cry 2.
I'm just gonna stare at you, Brad.
Just Cause 2 without a grappling hook and a parachute
would be boring
like Far Cry 2. Like Bionic Commando without a grappling hook.
So basically, Far Cry 2 needs a parachute and a grappling hook, or the Frostbite engine.
It just needs something exciting.
Yeah,
something cool.
It could
maybe a little Mark II, like in Metal Gear Solid 4. Something. Anything.
You make a good point because, that's a very good point because
it
was missing a hook, something to make it stand out.
I have an idea.
Not a grappling hook per se.
There you go. That's a perfect hook. A grappling hook.
I have a great idea. The best idea. What they do is they take Far Cry 2, right? They take out all the enemies, and they put it as a Wii title like Endless Africa. And you just go around looking at stuff and, looking at the atmosphere.
Endless Ocean.
Like Endless Ocean, but it's Endless Africa.
There you go.
And instead of a penguin that you can pet, you have like a howler monkey or something?
Or a moose, you can pet them.
A moose?
You really have moose in Africa?
Moose in Africa, moose or something?
What if you could grapple onto that moose and parasail on the back of the moose?
First of all, that's in Canada. Second of all, what? Parasail on the back of a moose?
I seriously think that Just Cause 2 is this close to grappling birds. I can't wait for Just Cause 3.
I think Far Cry 2 is missing a sense of verticality that I think would have given it a lot more play.
I once brought up that I think Far Cry 2, I think I would have got like a more majestic sense of the world if I had some sort of craft that let me fly.
When I found that hang glider, I was like,
a small little biplane or something.
I found a hang glider and I was like, wow, this is going to be cool because it's waiting for me on a cliff and there's like this tiny village down there with people waiting to get shot. And I grabbed the hang glider and
the hang glider only appears in certain locations?
Yes, and then I jump off the cliff and I'm gliding. I was like, whoa, I'm gliding. This is kind of cool. And then I barely clip the side of this tree and then it just disappears and I fall to the ground. And I was like, that was horseshit.
Do you know why Far Cry 2 can't have a small plane? Because half the world that you see is probably not even there. It's a world full of invisible walls, of places you can't actually go to, and they can't have you flying around and landing into places that they don't want you to be. It's the same reason that they can't have the super jumps or the flying or the levitation in Oblivion because they don't want you jumping over the walls into cities because that's just an invisible wall to mask a
load screen.
An excuse for a load screen. It's. We gotta move on to something else.
Nice. I had a real bad problem in Bad Company 2. This is almost embarrassing to the point where I don't want to talk about it.
And you probably shouldn't.
It's a Bad Company 2 story. I don't really want to embarrass myself. Let's move on, please.
I mean, all these open world games. Right?
I've done that enough.
All these open world.
Oh
games.
shit! We haven't talked about A Link to the Past.
Like Prototype has you can run up along buildings. Infamous has you can glide through there, grind on rails. Have cool electric powers. Red Faction you can destroy things. They all have hooks, which I will now coin the grappling hook. a game's grappling hooks. It gets its grappling hooks into you. I'm saying all these other games have it.
Far Cry 2
GTA has the story, Far Cry 2 has boring.
Can we talk about Link to the Past? Because we haven't even touched on it yet.
Real quick, I want to say, because we were talking about Africa and stuff, and have you ever heard of a game called
Africa has picture taking.
A game called Pandemic 2?
No.
Wait, Pandemic or Pandemonium?
Pandemic. It was a flash game online.
Oh, no.
It was this flash game online, and you create like a virus or something. There's different stuff, and then you release it, and you give it certain attributes, and then it'll start to spread. And the whole goal.
Is this the 8-bit game?
Well, yeah. It's just all it is like a
the whole
map
goal
of
is
the
to
world.
eradicate people.
Yeah, and that's the goal. It's to create a virus. And anyway, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have played it. Exactly, Darkness. But I'll tell you. And so the thing was, if you made it spread too fast, some people would get aware of it, so they'd start closing their ports and their airports, so then the disease couldn't spread to that area.
Yeah.
And the hardest place to get was Madagascar, because as soon as anything happened, they closed their ports, and then you couldn't. So the game was over because that was the only way anything could get into Madagascar. And so it just made me think. And there's this one like picture online, and it's just some little like thing somebody made in paint, and it's like some guy's like President Madagascar. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, a man in Brazil is coughing, and the president's like, shut down everything, because that's really how it was. I mean, I don't know. You should check it out. It's definitely worth a couple hours.
It's a flash
of playing.
game.
It's a little flash game online. It's called Pandemic 2.
I'll check that out.
You should.
If my Mac can run it.
I'm pretty sure your Mac can run it. It's a flash game. I would hope a Mac could run it. They aren't that bad.
We'll see. Can we talk about A Link to the Past?
Yes.